For those of you who tune in late, just go ahead and fast forward through this part. I'm still trying to figure this one out. You know what? Oh, hi. I'm going to put on my Twitch because that way, if people who want to can look at it that way too. So, uh, this game has more confusion in it than it has answers at this point. And I just don't even know what to think. Uh, okay, so I just went live on Twitch, and I'm calling it what the dot 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 Wednesday. I am Cherries dash Jubilee on Twitch TV. If you want to tune in to me there. There is something weird going on with. Hey, Billy. Okay. Um, there's something weird going on in the house that is like the library where Anna and uh, Olaf and can't think right now. I haven't had my coffee yet. Um, the colors were wrong. So if you haven't played this game yet, I highly recommend it. It's not what you think. There's I don't think there's ever been a game like this one before. This is a game like nothing I have ever seen before, and I have been playing since Pong. um, this is a game that can be played however you want, but they hide things, deep, deep, hidden things. And there's a lot of them that you can't even begin to suspect if you're not a Disney fan. And there's some of them that you can't even begin to understand until you really think about the color wheel and how light and shadow work. And then you start to notice there are things in this game that are not right. So I noticed one of them when I randomly went into Mickey's house one day. And I had my time turner out, and I noticed that only one of the stars on the wall lit up. And then I noticed that the lights were not shining right. Like the round lights were giving a ring, but the ring shaped lamp was giving a like a globe shaped light. And it was on the wrong wall. It wasn't on the ceiling like it should have been. It was on the wall behind it. There's a whole series of things in there that I'm only beginning to unravel. I had noticed for a while that things in this game change and shift. And that periodically, when you progress to a certain point, your game will actually restart itself. Like, you don't do anything. And it looks like you just had a crash, but you don't actually crash, you reload. And when you reload, you have better textures. And I think that was, at least during the pre-release, that was because, I was moving along in leaps and bounds that people were probably not they probably were not expecting people to play like I play in this game. Let's see. I think my chat's working. Yeah, it should be working. But I noticed things changing as I went along. And, oh, that reminds me, I need to. So, one of the things I always do is I know that there's something about the cardboard sets. um, that would be no, Miss Abby. um, so the cardboard sets are usually like ridiculously complicated to make. They require things beyond cardboard. And but because everything changes so much over time in this game, I'm pretty sure that the cardboard is going to end up being something really, really special. So I have been making it a habit to wear, first off, there's the shadow lenses from Mickey. Um, I wear those almost all the time because they help you see things in this game that you normally can't see. But I think that the cardboard is probably going to end up being one of the most extravagant things in the game once it finally is fully to its, where it's supposed to be. So I always make sure to wear my cardboard wings and my cardboard crown. And I wear the Mickey shadow lenses. But what you start to notice is that colors are wrong. And the music changes in its tempo and its volume if you are making things happen. And there are even times where the music will completely stop, and all you'll hear is like the sound of a buzzing of a light, or crickets, or birds, or it goes silent. And it seems to coincide with doing things that's causing things to change. Now, in this game, there's a big part of it that has to do with light and shadow. And kind of like this reverse looking glass world, almost, if you could think of it that way, or the upside down, where the colors are swapped. And I thought it was massive when you realized, through the first part of the game, that they actually made you do some inner child dialoguing, and you're kind of going to therapy in this game, and you don't even know it. But there's so much more to it. So I found a bookcase in Mickey's that looks like it's making stairs, and it's telling you there's a missing set of stairs there somewhere. There's stars on the wall that shine differently that are hinting at Peter Pan. There's frosted over windows that show faces, and depending on which one of his windows you have the sun shining through, he'll say either, "Oh, it's a beautiful morning," "Oh, what a lovely day," "Oh, I hope you have a nice evening." They change depending on where you have the light coming into his house, depending on which direction you're facing. So I realized that I really need to be going into some of these houses more often. And I've checked out a few of them. I know there's something weird going on in Merlin's, but that's to be expected. It's Merlin. There's always going to be something weird going on in Merlin's. Especially since it's his library. It's not even Merlin's house. I think his house is actually trapped in his bag, but I don't know for sure. I haven't gotten his bag to open. But you know, his bag can hold like a ridiculous amount of things. So I was just going to clear out the frozen area um, of all of like the ice and just do a little maintenance up there when I accidentally went in to this building that Anna lives in with like it's like it doesn't make sense. There's no bedroom, but there's two people in a snowman living in this house, and the table is always shifted, and there's a plate that's sometimes halfway hanging off the table. And then I look at the coat of arms. Hi King. And the coat of arms above the fireplace isn't right. And then I look, and the brick at the fireplace doesn't seem right either, and the windows are spaced all wrong. And the chairs are always pushed away from the table in an odd way. Like something is not the right size here. And hi Hope. Welcome. Thank you. So I was trying to figure out what was going on, and one of the best ways that you can do that is by brightening it up wherever you are. So you can do that quite easily by simply overlapping lights. As soon as you put, yeah, hi Maya. Shout out to you. By stacking lights. When you put one light in front of another light, they both magnify each other, and you can build that up until it is like dawn at midnight. Like you can light up the outside world in a matter of moments if you stack enough lights together. And as I did that, I noticed that the lights were offset, the windows are offset, there's hollow places where there shouldn't be hollow places. Why in the world is there a stained glass window of a snowflake? Yeah, let me see. Is that A-M? Oh, you're in cursive. It's hard to see. Is that an A-M? Type out your name so I know how to say it, because I can't read that. I need my glasses. Where are my glasses? Ami, wait, it's not Amal. No, it's not Amelie. That's my favorite movie. Oh gosh, I'm not sure how to say that. Amelie, how do you say it? That's a beautiful name, by the way. Emily, Emily. Thank you. Yeah, if you could type out how to pronounce it, I think that's it's beautiful, but I'm not sure how to say it. So, um, but why would there be Emily? Was I right with that one? Um, why would there be a snowflake in a stained glass window when the snowflake is showing as yellow, orange, and green. Emily. Yay! So there's something going on in here, and I don't know what it is. But okay. See, Goku, you just asked a question that is my favorite game. This is my favorite game. You have to guess. Keep in mind, I just woke up. No, I haven't had my coffee. I did wash my face, but I have no cosmetics on whatsoever. I'm disabled, so I, unless I'm going out, no, higher. I don't usually. Really, Goku? You're gonna do me like that? No, I'm not 50. Higher, Maya. Somewhere between you and Goku. Close, Hope. Very close. I turned 43 in March. 56. 43 in March, yes. Um, but yeah, this place is the wrong size. There's weird things going on in this one. Oh, thank you for handling that, moderator. Thank you. So, do any of you play the game? Getting angels. Okay, so what like do you have anything that you can't figure out that's doing weird things or just seems a little bit off to you in the game? Summon guardian angels? Fish in the back. Oh, yeah, I had 3 mollies and then they had 200 babies and they all survived. So I clean the tank regularly, but I need to I'm trying to sell them because every other day I do a quarter water change and it doesn't like they just there's too many. There's too many of them. But yes, I have a 47-gallon with mollies and a couple of loaches. Um, and then I have a 20-gallon with some cory cats and some Danios and a ghost catfish. And then I have a 10-gallon that is for plants. Yeah, yeah, you can have them. I have, I got a, I got a platinum molly, a Dalmatian molly, and a black molly, and now I have rainbow Dalmatian platinum Denios or mollies, and I have like 150 of them. Um, I have a yo-yo loach named Tiger Style. I have a autocat named ODB. The ghost catfish is Ghostface Killer. And then I have Riza and Giza are my two black loaches. We lost Cream recently. Cream was a Cory cat. He was a green Cory cat. We call it the Wu Tank Clan. Um, no, you can't have Tiger Style. You kidding me? He's the only reason I got the 47-gallon. Yeah, I can't be in this house all day because this is gonna drive me bananas. I know part of it is the fireplace because the fireplace was actually getting bigger pretty quickly. And whenever I'm on the fireplace, it like really, the music picks up. But I'm pretty sure I, I, they want me to make a, like the fire, like with the firewood right there, and the fact that the candles like to come off of their flames at the right angle. I think I should be able to light that fireplace, but I haven't figured out how yet. The bookcases, like, there have to be more bookcases because otherwise there wouldn't be all these books on the floor. Oh, thank you. Is it Elaine or Ellen or Eileen? Your brain is falling asleep. You need coffee then. Okay. So, especially since in this house you can get two of the lights to sort of like match up together, and they will start to brighten everything up in that one area, but you can't get all three to line up. Oh, yeah, you shouldn't have coffee. It'll stunt your growth. I don't know if it really does, but I at least waited until I was about 12 before I started to have coffee. Aileen. Okay. Yay. I'm going to try to start doing more on here talking about oh, congratulations. I loved that grade. I know most people, don't really think that far back when they're my age, but that was the year that I learned German. And I missed most of the third grade because I got very sick. I got very sick when I was 8 years old, and I almost didn't make it, and I got very, very lucky. But it was very scary for a little while, and when I came back, it was super weird because the illness I had, it made it so that I didn't have full control over my body. Um, it came back with time, but I was really clumsy for a little while, and I would have problems with my vision getting blurry all of a sudden or not being able to hear. Yes. Thank you so much, Goku. Thank you for coming. I'm really glad to have you here. And I hope you have a wonderful time in the third grade. Um, but yeah, when I came back to school, they actually asked if I was a new person because they were convinced that I had passed away and that my mother had adopted somebody to replace me. It was really weird. Okay, so it just got really bright in here. I'm hoping that'll move things along a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time in here today because there's so many other secrets that I'm so close to figuring out. I almost have the cave done, where the cave where Ursula is originally trapped. And I think she has King Trident's crown hidden in there. And I think that that is probably going to be for Flounder and Sebastian to live in, but I'm not 100% sure yet because I also heard whale sounds in there, which makes me think Dory. And I know that you probably have to get some things done in that section before you can open Skull Island. Because I overheard a conversation that I think I wasn't supposed to overhear. I think they thought they were being subtle enough that nobody would catch on, but it stuck in my brain as a weird comment to make. And ever since then, I have been sort of looking for what that comment could have meant. And I think it was about opening Skull Island. So I'm trying to see if I can get the fireplace to light with one of these candles. So one of the neat things about this game is it's a lot of forced perspective. Thank you so much. No, it's okay. I have always appreciated my difference. I found out recently that it is actually my mother was not a good mother, and she did some things that caused some problems with me, and some of them even weren't her fault, but it's weird how circumstances play out. I was born without a portion of the circulatory system in my brain. The part that is for the development of this side of my face is underdeveloped. And because of that, I can have problems with vision in this eye and my hearing in this ear. I support all people being free. I am a Hindu, and I believe that everybody is worthy of unconditional love, and everybody has a right to live a free and happy life. But this sinus is very, very small. It's actually about the size of an infant sinus. Yes, I'm Hindu. Hello, AB. Yeah, I explored many different faiths growing up, and none of them ever really fit. So I just called myself spiritual. I found that they were all beautiful in their own way, but they were all just different ways of telling the same story. So I ended up becoming a druid. I am actually bardic level. I've not made efforts to move beyond bard because I think bard is where I belong. But I joined OBOD about 6 years ago. And as a philosophy, I believe we should live with the land, not off of it. And that everything we have here, we are borrowing. And it is the property of everything to come in the future. And we need to take care of it for that future. And what I didn't realize until a few years ago was that they recently discovered that the Druids were originally from the same Roman culture. And that when I looked at it, um, oh, thank you. It's nice to have you, Goku. When I looked at it, I realized that Hinduism fit me, and especially with the current form of Hinduism, the living, breathing, evolving faith of acceptance. And that's really all it is allowing people the freedom to believe whatever they want to believe. Whatever is true for them is their truth. And if you can respect that, then that's all it requires. And I like the idea of the different incarnations. It's not multiple gods. There is just one ultimate divine. But you don't need to call on the whole in order to get your requests in. I like the idea of aspects of God because we all have a divine spark in us. Our soul is a little piece of God. We all are worthy of that divine love. And we're all capable of greatness. And so you can put a face to an aspect of the divine and call it by a name and only really ask for what you need. You don't need to bother the entirety of the universe to make your prayers heard. You just need that one aspect of the divine that is symbolized with a person or a name or an idea. And so it worked for me. I believe that faith is what's important. Religion is man-made, and it is fallible because of that. I like to describe it this way. Faith is ice cream. Religion is just the flavor that you like best. Well, I can't seem to start a fire in the fireplace just yet. But let's see if anything changed in here other than getting really bright all of a sudden. I have a feeling this one is going to be a very long puzzle to figure out. So I love that. I wish I could read that. I've just started to learn Sanskrit. I can't yet. I can't read any of the Arabic languages yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on learning Hindi, and so yeah. So I love the different forms of writing. I have a problem with my hands where it's painful to hold a pen or a pencil for very long. It's painful for me to write. So in school, I would write as well as I could until I couldn't anymore. So I just learned to write very, very quickly. and it's very bad penmanship. I have terrible penmanship. But when it comes to writing other forms of script, I see those as more like art. And they use the other side of my brain. And so it's easier for me to write in different forms than it is for me to write English letters, because it's a different thinking. Yes, unique is a good name for it. I am unique. Oh, real quick, what time is it? I have to keep an eye on the time. Okay, I have another 45 minutes or so. Um, so let's see what other sort of mysteries we can find in the meantime. We know that that place is just full of mysteries now. Hello, Lauren. Welcome. Okay, so yeah, what else have I found? Oh, pay attention in the game when you're playing when things are, when you seem to think that you're seeing shadows. You are. When you see shadow movies happening, you are seeing shadow movies happening. It is telling a story through the shadows behind whatever you're working on. It'll tell you exactly how you're going to see a new tree come to your land. I think it's going to be, I think it's an apple tree. I think it's my next apple tree. But there's a whole shadow story that plays out, and it rains, and then it tells you when it's going to rain, when it's going to fluff up the leaves, when it's going to, oh yeah, I lost that one. When it's going to add a branch. It's so beautiful. You can see stories of what happened to different characters going on in the background. That's how I know there's something or someone trapped in the rustic clock tower. And I almost have it open. I'm so close, it's ridiculous. But I didn't expect to need to call on like dinosaurs and giant birds and pulley systems and Peter Pan and a freaking cannon. And eventually I think it was Geppetto. I think Geppetto was trying to help with it by like using a saw, and then he found a key, and the key is almost there to the lock, and then I had to go to bed. So but nothing wants to let you complete it until you've gotten other things close. It's almost like it wants everything to change at once. And so you'll get to a certain point and it won't want to progress. And you'll sort of be beating your head against a wall, just trying to make it move. And it doesn't want to move. And that's because there's other areas that it wants you to work on first. So I've run into a problem of trying to finish different things and they're not getting completed because of I don't know what, you know. And then every now and then you'll find there are sneaky ways to make things move faster. I highly recommend, whenever you can, have your time turner out, because that sucker works miracles. It's amazing how much it can do, but it also can send you back a few steps. You may notice that some of the tools are specific colors. You get combinations of yellow and red, or you get pink and blue. And the reason for that is because of what their counter colors are. So think of it like the sun and the moon. And do you want the sun, the red and the yellow, to influence what you're doing? Or do you want the moon, the blue and the pink, to influence what's happening? And that's how you kind of determine which tool you should use. So like I just went into the hidden room in the ice area. And oh gosh, there's a weird twisty puzzle going on with the gemstones in here. But you can actually suck light and shadow out of these dark portals that you find. There's one in here, and there's one that happens right in your lobby area. And the best way to do that is with your time turner. Where is my time turner's little hourglass? Oh, there it is. Okay. That was, oh, that's weird. My hourglass disappears if I get too close. But there's things about the time turners that are unique. The hourglass will absorb light or shadow and hold it. The dot in the middle is your focal point, and you'll see bars of light on either side of the hourglass, and how far out they go, like from the center, they'll like go like that, or even just on one side. That's where the light is coming from. And you want to be careful about which direction you're facing, because sometimes you will suck shadow out of something and spit it out behind you. So there's weird things afoot at the Circle K, is all I'm saying. But as you do certain things, you can make areas repair themselves. Some areas have similar shapes. You'll notice that maybe a house has rocks next to it that look like the rocks around Skull Island. There's a reason for that. You can change things that shift those rocks around the house, and it will be shifting the rocks on Skull Island the same way. If they start to turn purple, it's because they're hitting other rocks. They're coming into conflict with each other. And if you go too far, it'll reset your game and it'll take you back, and you'll lose progress because those rocks weren't supposed to butt up against each other that hard. There's clocks everywhere. There's just clocks everywhere. Did you know that the main lobby area, when you first come in, that whole central area is a clock? Took me a while to figure that one out. And if you repair that clock, you repair the castle in massive ways. It has wings that spread out, and the whole land just starts to circle and wrap around it. It's not a glitch that you can look through walls. You're supposed to be able to look through walls because that's how you solve some of the puzzles. Yeah, so in this area, I learned that forced perspective will allow certain things to mend better. So you turn the camera to make it look like they are not bouncing, and they'll just sort of stick to each other. Hey, Aaron. So that's how I've repaired most of this area, is just through forced perspective. See if I can give you an example. This one's not bouncing very much anymore. So like that. If I have it just sort of like so, if you're watching on my Twitch, I have the pillar lined up with its base, and you can still see that it's bouncing a little bit, but because I'm sort of not focused on that aspect of it, I may actually get it to stick down on its base. But it doesn't want you to see the changes. It if you hide the repair from your view, sometimes you can make it happen. You okay?
Me?
Yeah.
You're not talking to me. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So I think if I have it like so, I may be able to get that pillar to repair. It might still be moving too much. I might be able to at least get it to straighten up a little bit. And anytime you see an autosave, that's good.
What?
Nothing. I almost don't want to check yet, because if you check too soon, you can interrupt whatever repair you're trying to get, or whatever angle you're trying to have shift. Yeah, see, it's still bouncing. Oh, let me show you the ancient sea cave. There's a puzzle in there that is unbelievable, and I don't think I can solve the first part of it yet, but I'm getting closer. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try to get this pillar, though. I really feel like I can get this one. So you kind of see there's sparkles coming in, and like that are floating around the where the orb is. You can't see it because it's off screen. That's because I want to keep the pillar just in my view, so I can see if it's shifted at all to where it's closer to true. Okay, I think I got it to turn slightly, but not to actually mend. Let's see, maybe if I do it this way. And if you look, you can actually see inside of this orb into the opposite sort of area, and there is a little sort of like squinchy area. You can see it best if you put it over light, and it looks like it's a shattered piece of glass, and that's where you're actually making most of the change happen. So right now I have it over the upside down or shadow world version of the light that is hanging from the ceiling, and it'll actually put that light where it belongs, whether it is here or there or somewhere else in the world. Sorry, I have an apple stuck in my teeth. Driving me crazy. Some of the puzzles are so precise that one slight mistake can set you back hours. That's where it gets a little infuriating. Because some of these puzzles I have spent, I kid you not, hundreds of hours on. At this point, I have played this game more than 365 days worth of game time. A year. More than a year actively playing this game. Well, I have narcolepsy, so it's not always active. And sometimes it's just sitting there sucking light balls through a hole. Oh, that's my bindi. I am a Hindu of Shaktiism. Happy birthday, Miriam! Oh, your bestie must really care about you because not everybody just pops on and gets that sort of special treatment. So happy birthday, Miriam. I hope you have a wonderful day. And everyone is entitled to cake and ice cream on their birthday. I don't care what anybody says. Unless it'll like really I mean I can't have cake or ice cream, but I make do. I have something like cake and something like ice cream. um so I'm pretty sure that other than Jafar, there is a lot of stuff hinting at Hades. Hades is hinted at in so many places. And look out for numbers on things. You're not seeing things. You're seeing things that you're supposed to feel like it's you seeing things. You are seeing joy and disgust and fear and anger in the rocks. You are seeing Remy. You are seeing Alfredo and the critic. You are seeing all these things. It's not just your imagination. Um, this game, it changes the way you look at things. It changes your perspective. It makes you see the subtleties. And instead of doubting yourself, it starts to make you believe in yourself. For a lot of us that have been through some difficult relationships and are sort of starting to heal now, realizing that we have spent a lot of our lives being gaslighted and made to believe things that aren't true, we have a hard time trusting ourselves, trusting our opinions, trusting that we are seeing what we think we are seeing. And there's a lot of people out there who will tell you that you're seeing things. When I first found a secret and I was trying to share it with a community because I was so excited about it, they were so angry that I had found a secret before them that I was not only ostracized, but I was doxxed. And I have been kicked out of 4 out of 5 Disney Dreamlight Valley Reddits for defending myself or for just being there. For daring to say that this is not a shit game. For daring to say that this game is beautiful and you just need to work at it. For saying that no, it isn't the size of a postage stamp. You guys you need to do the hard work. You need to put in the effort. This game will give you 10 times what you put in effort. But it's not just about decorating. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. There are secrets upon secrets and hidden doors with hidden hallways that lead to more hidden doors. And that's the beauty of it. Is this game can be as simple or as complex as you are. But also it's amazing because it reminds you that it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. It's okay to be angry sometimes and to be hurt and to make mistakes. Everybody does. That's how we learn. And it reminds us to trust ourselves. That sometimes we know what we're seeing. Sometimes we know what's going on. And just because others don't see it doesn't mean that we're wrong. This game has done more for me than years of therapy in learning how to trust myself again, to have faith in myself again. Blue. And that's a gift that is worth far more than any amount of money that I've put into it. I spent my whole life being told I was wrong, that I didn't know anything, that I was never going to be anything. I believed for decades that I was a failure, but I never was. They wanted me to fail, because if I failed, then it made their failures feel a little less painful. But if I succeeded, despite all odds, they had to look at whether or not they really tried, whether or not they really could have done more, and whether or not they ever made the effort. Life can be hard and painful. And we may run into situations that we hate and that hurt and we wish had never happened. But that's how we grow. That's how we learn how strong we are. Pain can be a better teacher than comfort and ease ever could hope to be. You don't know how strong you are until you fought back against a seemingly unbeatable force. I like to remind people that fear isn't real. That feeling that you get in your chest and in your stomach, that's only fear if you let it stop you. But if you don't let it stop you, if you push through despite that uncomfortable feeling, what that feeling becomes is courage. Fear doesn't exist unless we let it. Nothing really exists unless we let it. As far as emotions, there are people that I hate. I hate them for what they did to me. I hate them for what they did to others. But hate doesn't get me anything. And when I think about what those things did for me, it may not be the lesson I wanted. It may not be how I would choose to learn it. But those people that I despise gave me a gift. A gift of knowing myself, of knowing what I can overcome, what I can achieve, and how strong I really am. I may be weird and sick and a little bit broken, but that's because I survived. I'm weird because I had to change my way of thinking and my way of seeing things. I'm sick because some of what they did to me and some of it was just fate. But I am not broken. I like to think of myself as kintsugi. That is the Japanese art of mending broken pottery with gold. It's the idea that something is even more precious because it has been broken. If something breaks and you treasure it so much that you mend it with something more valuable than itself, it shows the true amount that you treasure that thing that broke. I have been broken many times. But I am filled with gold. I may never forgive some of the people for what they did, and I may not like them, but I do still love them. Because deep down, in that little spark that is our soul, everyone is perfect already. We are that shining light. And no matter how much crap you put on top of it, that light's still there. And it's still shining. And it's still perfect. And that light in everybody, in every living thing, that is deserving of unconditional love. My mother did horrific things to me. Unfathomable things. And I hate her. And I will never forgive her. But I also love her. I just don't like the skin she wears this time around. Forgiveness isn't for them. It's for you. So you can let things go and move on. But that doesn't mean you owe anyone anything. People who hurt people and take what is not theirs, you don't have to give them more. You don't have to give them forgiveness as well. You can just walk away. And some things really are unforgivable. You erased that because you decided you did have a comment on forgiveness? Okay, these books are weird. The ones that light up here, this is different. Okay, what's going on here? Another part of the puzzle, I'm sure. Of course I don't know you. I don't know who you are. Hello, Ava. Welcome. Okay. What is going on here? Because that's not just about the light. That's something. What is this? Okay. It's almost like they're magnets. Are they magnets? Can I get them to stick together somehow? They look like magnets. right? Doesn't that look like a magnet to you? Okay. I wonder. No, not that. No. What if I wonder, do I have any iron? Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, I think it's working. Oh, what the hell? Shut up. It's a freaking magnet. Okay. So I have to get it close enough to the iron, but not too close. Okay. Or what if I just like I wonder if I can get that one. I wonder if I can get this one. It's kind of close to where it fell. Maybe I can force perspective it a little closer. Come on. Slide on over there. Or can I get some of them to stick to each other? Oh my gosh. See, that's what I mean about this game. I've been playing it for so long. Do you know how many hours I've spent in this room? And I just realized this? Okay. I'm moving my head like that's gonna freaking change the angle of the view. And yes, I do lean when I steer in driving games. I don't know if I can get that one to look like it's close enough. What if no, I can't. Okay. Let me try it again. That's why I say you're supposed to be able to look through the walls, because sometimes it's about the angle that you turn things at. Okay. Okay, now. How am I going to do this? Maybe. Hey, Lindsay. I can't believe these are magnets. Okay. See, this one is still blocked by all these other books. I'm not sure if I can get the angle and see it. Maybe if I get right up on it. Okay, there it is. And there's the iron. Maybe if I back up. What is the name? Honor? Hi, Honor. I'm autistic as well. Oh, I have a Zoom call starting soon, so. Hi, Princess. Lovely to have you here. Honor him. Oh. Hi, Honor him. Four big guys? What is that? Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I know some of them can be a little bit difficult, so hopefully it hasn't been too much. I've always felt that the best way that we can sometimes learn from each other is to be as true as possible. That's why I don't edit, why I don't do all the fancy stuff, why I don't script. I think when people speak from the heart, they speak with their truth. What is Honor Hymns? Does he have like a special interest? Any fascinations with anything? Personally, I just love all science. Science and puzzles. So this game, that's why it's enraptured me so much. It's because it's puzzles on top of puzzles. I can't tell if this is working or not. It looks like it's pulling the iron closer. very slowly pulling the iron closer. I don't know what that's going to do. But one of them is definitely moving. Oh, I just got an autosave. Autosaves are always good. I wanted to be a teacher, but no. I tutor students in India over WhatsApp, but I am not a professional teacher. I I do educate in various topics, but not on a professional level. Everything I do with no expectation of anything in return. Um, so if I had to call myself anything, I would say I'm a poet. I love playing around with different words and using their multiple meanings to just paint beautiful pictures in people's minds. Oh, what grade are you in? Do you have a favorite subject? Oh, this is a bindi. No, no, none taken. It is because I am a Hindu of Shaktiism. Um, so I believe that basically everybody has their own unique belief. Third grade, I loved the third grade. I was just telling somebody else that. um, that everybody has their own beliefs and their own truth, and everybody is entitled to that truth. And we should respect them the same way we would hope that they respect us. Oh no, no, no! It's stick on. It's got. I use eyelash glue actually, but the red teardrop is a symbol of Shakti, which is the belief that the ultimate creator, if you could define it as a gender, would be female. In my belief, I call it the divine mother, because anything that gives birth is a mother. We all have mothers first. So I think of the creator as a female entity, but that's not the entirety of it. I'm not required to wear anything. And it is not, it's not limited to Hindus. Anybody can wear a bindi. Anyone. It's just a matter of understanding what the symbols mean. And if you don't want to sort of portray a certain message, make sure that you're not accidentally sending one. But it can also just be something that is decorative. And this is actually a pressure point where it actually does help with various things. So, yeah, if you wanted to, you could have a little crucifix and as a bindi, and no good Hindu would fault you for it. No one would tell you you can't do that. It's an expression of faith. That's all it is. And sometimes it's just an expression of how you're feeling that day. And making yourself feel pretty. You're allowed to just feel pretty. Remember, faith was given by God. Religion was made by man. I'm glad. Well, unfortunately, I do have to go because I have a group meeting starting over Zoom. But I will make sure that I do this much more frequently now. And I want to thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for joining me today. It really does mean a lot to me. So I hope everybody is doing wonderful. I'm glad your favorite subject is reading. I can recommend some books a little later if you would like, things that I grew up loving. And I'll try to do this again as soon as possible, okay? 7th grade? Oh, 7th grade. Okay, so let me think. Oh, okay. This is where things get weird because people start to become who they really are. Yeah, I'll see if I can do that. I'll have my medical caretaker here, so we usually try to get a few things done, but I will do my best. If not, I will be on tomorrow, okay? But 7th grade, try not to take anything too seriously. Try not to let anyone hurt you too badly. And remember who you are. When you think about you, think about who you want to be. Do you want to be honest, truthful? Do you want to be educated? Do you want to be fun? Do you want to be silly? Any opportunity you get to look inside at your true self and figure out who you want to be as a person, do that. Do that and remember it. Oh, heck no. Nobody's baiting up on my Swifties. You know what? Taylor Swift has gotten a raw deal in a lot of ways. But did you see the Barbie movie? That whole speech about how we can't do anything, right? We can't be too thin or too fat or too smart or too stupid. You can't make everybody happy. Everybody is going to find their own way to feel about you. What's important is how you feel about yourself. We get bullied a lot in our lives because we're different, and that scares people. People are afraid of what's different. But that doesn't mean that you should become just like them. Find who you are. Hold on to that. And love yourself. One of the most important things is that we love who we are, that we love our own soul. You should love your own soul before you even love God. Because if you can't love the part of you that is closest to God, how can you say you love all of the divine if you don't love the part of Him that is closest to you? You are all beautiful souls. Yeah, that's a 47-gallon full of mollies. So love yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay? You all have my unconditional love. Always.